驚くのはまだ早いぜ遊戯。俺様のオカルトデッキの恐ろしさはこれからだ。俺様のターンドローカード、そして永続トラップ、リジャマン発動。
なんだあのへんてこな板はよ。
あれは西洋で高齢術の時に使う道具だ。
高齢術だと？
知ってるわ。こっくりさんみたいなものでしょ。なんか気味悪い。
Hello everyone, Necromancer for the Kids here once again. This time bringing you a Halloween-themed deck profile in the form of Destiny board. Not just Destiny board, however, but also a Final Countdown deck. You see, Destiny board is a very cool and unique instant win condition card, setting a spirit message spell from your hand or deck each turn until you spell out death or final, but it's also extremely fragile and prone to being broken. If any one of the spirit messages or Destiny board itself is destroyed, you lose all of them. Not only that, but you also have to survive all those turns without clogging up your spell and trap card zones, because Destiny board needs all 5 of them to win. So, no gravity bind or level limit shenanigans. That means every spell or trap we play needs to either be chainable or be able to be removed from the field easily when we need to. Inevitably, what happens is, against any player who reads your cards, they'll wait until the 3rd or 4th spirit message is placed on the field and then destroy it, even if they could have destroyed it earlier in the duel. And it's just not feasible to play 2 copies of every spirit message in your deck. So, Final Countdown provides us with a secondary win con should the Destiny board inevitably fail, or if we mess up and end up clogging our spell and trap card zones somehow. Which I totally didn't do in one of the replays I'll be showing you at the end. I tried a couple of other win conditions in the deck, and they just didn't work out. Final Countdown is the only secondary win con I used which actually wins games. The others just ended up being too cloggy, or they just couldn't win despite all of everything. Overall, this deck is definitely not top tier, and I think it would actually be much better as a straightforward Final Countdown deck, but it's Halloween, and I played Final Countdown for like 2 years straight back in the day, so I'm completely worn out on that. With all that preamble out of the way, let me finally break down the deck for you. First up, we're of course running 3 Destiny board, and 1 of each spirit message, so we don't clog up on them too badly. Then we've got 2 copies of Final Countdown in the deck, because if you only play 1, you're probably never going to find it. If you play 3, you're going to find it way too often, and it's a complete dead card after 1 has already been activated. Then we're playing a Cat of Ill Omen. You could replace this with something like Dark Mimic, level 1, or Mystic Tomato, or Dekoichi, or perhaps even some more stall cards like Wing Karibo and Unhappy Girl, but I wanted to be able to at least try using Destiny board, so this is what I went with. Also, I have 3 Magician of Faith in the deck to hopefully recycle our draw spells and our stall spells, but you can also use it to bring back a spirit message that got discarded by duo, card destruction, opposing reapers, and so on. Next up, we're playing 3 Spirit Reaper because it's the only reliable stall monster in GOAT format, being unable to be destroyed by battle, and in this deck we really need a way to keep the opponent from hitting our life points. Then, to round things out for the monsters, we're playing 1 Sangan to search out literally any monster in the deck, 1 Sinister Serpent to be able to repeatedly block an attack, as well as being a tribute fodder, and we're playing Tsukiyomi to be able to reset our Magician of Faiths, quite possibly, or to reset a Thousand Eyes Restrict to get rid of its equip spell, and maybe reuse it if we need to, or to destroy opposing threats such as Mystic Swordsman level 2 or Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke, who are a menace against us. That rounds it up for all the monsters. That's pretty much all that we need because we are not intending to attack directly or attack the opponent's monsters unless we really need to. So let's move on to the spells and traps. Of course, we're playing Pot and Graceful. We're not playing Duel because we are not an advantage deck. We just want to survive a couple of turns and then hopefully win the game. And basically the only card we would actually want to actively hit from the opponent's hand would be stuff like Heavy Storm and Breaker, but that is very unlikely, so it's not worth just risking a chance of giving them possible advantage with things like putting Lights and Darks in the graveyard. Then we're playing 3 Messenger of Peace because it is the only Floodgate in Go format that you can get rid of whenever you want to. So during your standby phase, you can choose not to pay the 100 life points for its effect, and then send it to the graveyard so that you'll have a free slot for you to be able to put the last message for your Destiny board. That does mean that we're open for a single turn, but we have other ways to stall the opponent should we need to, and hopefully at that point we'll have enough other ways to protect our life points. Then we are also playing 2 Meta and 3 Scapegoat. Not only does Scapegoat allow us to block attacks of opposing monsters, potentially stalling for 4 turns should the opponent only have 1 monster to attack with, but also we can tribute them for Metamorphosis. We've got a low monster count, so it's good to have those. And with Metamorphosis, of course, we are primarily intending to summon Thousand Eyes of Trick to prevent the opponent from making attacks. Then we have 1 reload to be able to put back spirit messages that are just sitting in our hand and completely useless, extra copies of Destiny board, and extra copy of Final Countdown because, again, once you use one, you can't use the other. Well, you could, but it would have literally no point except to pay life points. And then also Cataphail Omen becomes dead once you've already gotten Destiny board. And we have 2 Upstart Goblin because there's literally no reason not to play it, being that we don't care how many life points our opponent has, and we want to be able to draw into the cards that we want. Which, speaking of, we're playing 3 Jar of Greed and 3 Threatening Roar. Now, Jar of Greed you could potentially replace with things like Wabaku, but in this deck I just wanted to be able to actually draw into the Destiny boards and hopefully get them down before the opponent's able to draw their removal. And so that's why I'm playing Jar of Greed, but you could replace it with Wabaku to have a better chance with the Final Countdown win condition. And of course Threatening Roar as well. You're playing that first before Wabaku because it prevents cards like Mystic Swordsman level 2 and Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke from being able to attack in and activate their effects, as well as some more niche cards like Sasuke Samurais. With all that out of the way, I've got 2 of my very few winning duels with this deck for you, so you can see how this deck works in action, and also you can see what mistakes you can make if you're not paying attention. Enjoy!
ターン終了だ。
ニジャマン効果発動。 のメッセージカードだ。ウィジャバン効果発動